Okay, we're live, and yeah, take some time. But so far, everybody who's watching this or going to be watching it, it's been kind of wild. I I'm still trying to set this up. I'm on my phone. I guess I'll just go like that. Yeah, set it up on my computer. Hope it doesn't fall over. Wow. So how you're okay? You're good, Floss?
I'm good.
Tonight, what have you been doing?
Me
Yes,
laying on the couch.
taking it easy
Yeah.
from the
Yep.
sickness,
Yep.
drinking fluids.
Yep.
I've got my
All
two
the
fluids here.
things.
They're both coffee,
Oh
but
yeah.
yeah, I was telling Flossie I had the sickness the first week of January, like the first weekend. Then I thought it was over it, and I bragged about my superior immune system, and then it came back on me for another 5 days. It was bad.
I was wondering if I was gonna like relapse. I feel great right now and I feel like I'm on the road to recovery, but there's that little doubt in the back of my head, will I relapse?
No,
You
I
did,
think
huh?
not. For whatever my thoughts are worth, I think not. I think you'll
Yeah.
be over it.
Yeah.
When I look into the future, I see that your floss is healed.
I'm good, good, good.
Yeah. So this is boy. Luckily, it's okay on my phone because I can see Jess in the comments, and I can see
Okay.
you and hear you.
Okay.
But yeah, it seemed like back in the day when I would do this with Greg, I would go off. Maybe because we had like a third person guest on with my phone.
Yeah.
But then I got a laptop. Today I just signed my. I have to certify every year living here in an apartment. Now that I get any subsidies, I don't. I just qualify for. I'm like the only. Don't tell anybody, but I'm the only like white. Well, there's maybe a couple. There's some white dudes. There's some black people too, but it's mostly Native American. So I have to fill out a little paperwork. It only takes like half an hour. So I've been here 3 years. It went by pretty fast. I remember
Yeah.
moving in like it was a year ago.
Yeah.
But then I've been in Portland now 15 years.
What
Yeah,
um what made you decide on settling there?
I had to get the hell out of Dodge.
Yeah.
I had to leave, yeah, Arizona. So I went to San Diego for like 3 years and went back to Phoenix. And then I finally hit the dusty trail and came up here. But I just heard good things about it. I came up here on a whim. I didn't know anyone and never been up here before. It's pretty wild, huh?
So you came by yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Came up here with like maybe $500. This is 15 years ago. Didn't know anybody and uh, stayed in an apartment, for, I mean, a hotel, cheap hotels downtown. It was funny until I got connected and, you know, but
Yeah.
have you moved around a lot in your time?
No, I've never moved at all.
Oh, see, a lot of people haven't.
Yeah.
My big move was from like Toledo, Ohio out to Arizona.
Yeah.
That was a big move. Yeah, I was there for like 25 years. But yeah. Well, Emily Dickinson didn't move much either.
No,
Do you know Emily?
I have a hard time putting down roots and trying to like call a place home.
You do? Why do
Yeah.
you say that if you haven't moved?
Well, that's why I haven't moved, because I like, if I would have chose a different state and I moved to that state, I would be like a nervous wreck. I would not feel at home. I would not feel comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, I went back to Toledo after being gone for 30 years for a girl from Mali, and I point here because I have her name tattooed there. And was there for like 3 years. So I haven't literally stayed in Portland for 15 years. Like I took a little detour, but then I came back. Like I didn't keep my storage. I had a storage out here while I was in Toledo, and I finally flew out and collected what I wanted and flew back to Toledo. And I always say I wish I would have kept it, but uh, she's the one who had a lot of my stuff and continues to send me boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I get. Have you received any boxes of the mail lately?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
No books?
No.
Oh, you haven't. I'm, I haven't either. I mean, I get stuff from Amazon, and then I go to thrift books. I don't know if you do that. Sometimes you get some. They always have stickers on them, and sometimes they're a little bit. Well, let's say not mint condition. They're kind of bruised up a little bit.
Yeah, I'm trying not to buy any books.
You're on the challenge?
Yeah.
That's right. You're doing 100?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. It's great.
It'll be good when it's done and over with. But it's going to take me an entire year to do it. But I'm at the point where I don't really care, because when you have as many books as I have, at some point you got to start reading them. You have to stop buying them.
So that's a good point. I mean, I mention it all the time. I mean, I don't know if I could do 35. I know I could do 50. I don't have 50 books. And I have like a shelf over here of TBR. There are probably 20 books. Books I've half read. Like Master and Margarita. I got to start over. Lincoln and the Bardo.
I have quite a few of half-read books. I'm not a fan of them, because once I shut that book, I don't tend to want to go back to it.
Yeah, like Master and Margarita, I'm going to go back to. You ever hear of a guy, I forget his middle initial, Sebald, like the Rings of Saturn?
No.
Hey, a lot of people are in the chat. Let me catch up. Everyone, I'm on my phone because I messed up and didn't download it on my laptop. So Jess is here. Pat, hey, Pat.
Jess, Pat.
Jess has never moved in her life. She's like New England. It's beautiful up there. I've never been there, unfortunately, New England or NYC or Boston. Hey, Fred's here. Happy Monday night.
Happy Monday. Hi, Fred.
Yeah. Well, I talked to Greg. Might as well mention Greg. If he ever watches this, he probably won't, but talked to him Saturday. They're going through Panama and Colombia, but the big thing is Aruba. He fails to mention that. That's where his wife likes to snorkel.
Oh, wow.
You ever do that?
Nope.
Me neither. Me neither. When I think of snorkeling, I think of when I was a kid, we had those cheap snorkels, and we'd be trying to snorkel in the lake, like at Lake Erie, the North Coast, where I grew up, spitting out mud. No, we'd snorkel in the backyard pool and stuff, look for coins or I don't know.
Yeah.
But snorkeling like in a coral reef, and they have their, like, I don't want to talk about or for Greg, but they have their own equipment. But
that's cool.
Yeah, that's like a hobby. That's a hobby. I mean, anything other than books for him, besides walking and books and his cats.
Yeah.
So how's the painting going? You like to paint too, right?
Me, yeah. I haven't really been painting, because when my sister's house caught on fire, they came to stay with me for a while. And then after a certain point, they went to stay with my other sister. but her son didn't want to go, so he stayed with me, and he just recently moved out about a week ago after being with me for about a year. So I've just been getting the room back together, shampooing carpets and doing all that kind of stuff. So I haven't had a lot of free time. And then I went and got sick, and I do work 6 days a week. So I do like to paint, but
I
I
didn't
think,
know it was 6.
what was that?
Go ahead. I didn't know it was
Yeah,
6. I mean,
like,
I knew you were employed and all that, but I didn't know it was 6. That's a lot.
yeah.
But that's excellent that you have a separate room to go to do that. So it's kind of like when you go to that space, you're there for not only a reason but a specific purpose. Like I mean, I have a space, and then I have a whole studio downstairs. It's not mine. It's connected to the building, and luckily my key fob works. Mine and a few other people, but I take advantage of that. But I just kind of draw and paint in my chair anymore. Like all my crap's surrounded by me. But I mean, don't get me wrong. If I had a bigger place, and I've had like 2, 3 room apartments where I had a separate art and writing space when I used to write. But did you do a video on your art thing? Do I remember that? Your art space?
Yeah, I in that room, which I kind of use that room for like an office and exercise, and I just store crafts and stuff in there, but I don't really do crafts in there.
You've done a few videos like that. Was that like the video that you did along with the refrigerator video, or was that a separate
No,
video?
no,
Separate?
no, because I don't have a refrigerator down there, so I don't think I would have
Oh,
done them together.
yeah, you've done a lot of cool videos.
You
You have
know
a
when
really nice.
we were doing those videos, something curated. Do you know what I'm talking about? That
Oh
video?
yeah, I remember. I've got a lot of like
Curiously,
knickknacks.
yeah,
I do. I have a lot of knickknacks. You
yeah.
have. I like user. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that you and like organized people, I really admire. I do.
That's sweet
I
of
won't
you.
mention other people, but my father's really organized.
I That's how I quit smoking.
Oh, I'm trying to again. I'm on the chat tags. Got a
Yeah.
vapor.
So, I'll tell you the story about that. So
Okay.
I absolutely loved smoking, and I, I did, and then I quit. And then the second time around, I didn't want to quit, but I felt like whenever like the time was right and my brain would speak to me, it would let me know. And so I felt like the time was right. Um, because actually I was feeling like a creep. Like my nephew had a baby and his lungs didn't develop, so he didn't survive. And then I
Oh,
felt like this baby wasn't giving a chance, but here I am abusing what I have. And I wanted to quit so bad, but it wasn't the time. But a year later, it was. And so I thought, how am I going to do this? And I saw these 3 old ladies or older ladies. I think it was on YouTube, and they were drinking Fireball. And I never had
ah,
cinnamon whiskey. And
right. I drink that on planes, or I used to.
what was
Right.
that?
I would drink that on planes constantly. Well, I drink it when I get off the planes too, but that's what I would drink on planes. That and some kind of beer. But I'm sorry. Please continue.
No, that's fine. So I never had it before, and it was like after Christmas and maybe February, and it was cold and snowy and yucky, and I was like ho hum, and I was like, what can I do to perk my spirits up? And I thought, oh, that'll be fun. So I went
Fireball.
and I got a bottle of it. And me and my friend tried it for the first time. First, we watched the video of the older ladies drinking it, and we laughed. And then we tried it, and it was pretty good. So then I quit smoking, but then I would find myself with a glass of the cinnamon whiskey in my hand quite often. And then I remember the one Saturday I was like, okay, what time is it? Because I needed a cigarette and I thought, well, I'll have my glass of whiskey. And I'm like, it is 8:30 in the morning. I cannot have a glass of this. So that's when I stopped drinking the whiskey and I started organizing. And that's how I got
Oh,
into the organizing.
oh my God. That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You gotta do what
that's
you gotta
funny.
do.
I saw a meme one time about it was like two girls, two ladies sniffing candles, and one says, "Oh, that's Fireball," and
Oh
the
yeah.
other one says, "Are you
Cinnamon.
an alcoholic?" or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like that Fireball whiskey. Not as much as I like straight Kentucky mash sour, or no, it's sour straight Kentucky sour mash bourbon whiskey. That's what it says on a Jim Beam bottle.
Holy moly.
Some comments here. Fred's talking about thrift stores. Like, uh, I don't know about you, but I like going to thrift stores, and even like I haven't been to a Goodwill in a while, nor a thrift store. Have I? How about you? There's some art thrift stores that I loved here. One's called Scraps. But do you like to thrifting, shopping, floss?
Yes, I go through my phases and I did that heavily for about 3 years. I was getting the biggest kick out of what people would donate. Sometimes they don't know what they have. And just recently, my friend, she went to the Goodwill and she walked out of there with an authentic Louis Vuitton wallet. So that was
Oh
pretty
yeah.
cool.
Oh
She got it for
yeah. I mean,
$10.
yeah. I don't know how they work. I mean, I know they hire people with disabilities, and that's super cool.
They
But and
do.
they get people like from estate sales. I mean, I don't know if the people who work there get first dibs. Is what I'm trying to really say
I think they
from the
do.
estate sales. I've heard of
Yeah.
people who work there finding money in pockets, and I like I bought jeans at Goodwill, bought a ton of books. I like when I go to Goodwill, I buy. Um, I don't have one handy. I have a box, but I like buying tins from Goodwill, like tins, like recipe tins, and doing
Yeah.
decoupage and making
Yeah.
like little taro boxes
Yeah.
out of the tins. This is an old one, 2019. Shit like that. And I buy frames. If I'm in a Goodwill, I buy some frames or dollar store. I'm always buying frames for, you
My
know,
Goodwill doesn't seem to carry a lot of good books. They're okay with clothes, but they
oh,
don't have a lot of good books. And one
oh,
thing they don't have is paintings because everybody goes and they just buy them all up because I guess that TikTok thing where you just take an old painting and make it new.
oh, I haven't seen that or heard about it. I like that. Sounds like an interesting project. We're always looking for projects to do in the art studio. I
Yeah.
think Constant says I am organizationally impaired. Yeah, I like to think like I'm a not lackadaisical, but like on the cusp. I'm doing multitasking. So, any new books you're reading? What do you've been too tired or too getting over the yuck to read or what?
No, I was reading that Lolita with Greg.
Oh, that's
I did not
yeah,
like it at all. Mm-mm.
right. I saw your review, but I have not read it yet, and I probably won't. You know, I kind of feel like I've already read it because I know, but I don't know if that's fair to say. I don't think I'd like it. I think I'd be with you.
Yeah.
Fred says dollar stores up here in Canada sell stuff for way more than a dollar now. Yeah, it's like $1.25 for almost everything. I do go to dollar stores. Unfortunately, where I live in Portland, it's like suburb. everything's in districts out here. I live in the Hollywood district, and they closed our local neighborhood dollar store. So now I have to take a train one stop over, blah blah, to a bigger one. And it used to be better, but when I went, they were out of a lot of stuff too. And I go, "You guys going out of business too?" They go, "No." And that's good, but um, yeah, it's everything's like $1.25. Jess agrees, but so I go grocery store. Me and other booktubers, like I won't mention any names and embarrass them. We talk about food a lot. When you get older, it seems like I don't know the weather and food, man. Like, have you seen snow? You've seen snow already, yeah, in Philly. Yeah, it snowed bad, didn't it?
Snow?
Philadelphia area, snow. Yeah,
Yeah.
you've had snow.
Yeah, I actually shoveled sidewalks this morning.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, before I went to work. Yeah.
Well, we haven't had snow yet, but we've had snow in like Mount Hood and Cascades, kind of east, higher elevations. It snowed. God, I think 18 inches, but not here. But they're talking about it. They say, they say it, or Portland's known for raining all the time. People say, but it's when they say rain, and they usually mean just drizzle. Really nothing. I haven't owned an umbrella in, like I said, 15 years since I just use cowboy hats.
Oh.
Yeah, Fred says sometimes stuff at Dollar Tree is $5. I talked with another booktuber. If I sell, should I? I'm always afraid of either afraid of naming people, or I'm afraid of if I'm doing a vlog like around Portland of getting like too many people. You know, you know. Have you done many vlogs, Floss?
None.
You don't
No, I
really take
haven't
the
done
camera
any
out.
at all.
Yeah, it'd be funny if you'd say, "Well, Ellen, I do a lot of vlogs. Haven't you seen any?" You know, I don't think I've ever seen you take the camera out.
Yeah, I don't know. I think my channel is a little bit on the boring side because all I really
No.
do is reviews. I've given up the tags, and I don't know why. I just have, and I don't know. I'm not. I don't. I have books to do a haul with, but I don't even do hauls anymore. So it's like I read a book, I review a book. But you know what? I'm kind of okay with that at this point in the game because I'm not like really. I'm not looking to do anything just yet. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, I want to
This is just
congratulate
like a
you.
hobby, a nice little hobby that I
Sure.
adore.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what I call it, a hobby. And or I call it like Voxer my ham radio because I do get to talk to people like in England and Ireland, and
That's
other
cool.
places. Yeah, I want to say hi to Nicole. I think I missed her, and then Justin's here from Triumphal Reads. We had him on
Hello,
last
hello.
Monday. He's a great interview. And went for like 2 hours. Constance asks, are either of us, Floss, reading something special for Black History Month? Any recommendations? I always recommend James Baldwin. And I used to have a James Baldwin reading partner, and we kind of lost touch. We kind of lost touch, but I like James Baldwin a lot. I haven't read everything because he's so prolific, but I've read his play. He wrote Amen Corner, a play. This is a great biography by David Lemming, was his secretary. Uh, but yeah, how about you, Flossy?
No, I haven't really thought about it. I'm not really a themed reader. I don't like to obligate myself to something because then if I fall short, then I feel bad because I didn't get it read. But I do love history, so I would look forward to participating in that. And I know I have quite a bit of history books on my shelf, so I probably will do something.
I have some recommendations of good novels that will. I have one that will blow your socks off.
Go ahead.
Not necessarily you, Flossy, but Constance too. She's, if you guys haven't read it, it's called Native Son. You heard of that? By now I'm gonna, look like a fool for forgetting his name. It's not Ellison. It's, who is it in the comments? Native Son. Who wrote Native Son? Before I can think of it. Oh my God. But that's like an
Is it
unforgettable
Richard
great.
Wright?
Yeah, of course.
All right.
That's an unforgettable great American novel. I buddy read that with Hannah at Hannah's books a couple years ago. So it's not like I I read it. I think I might have read it twice, but I was thinking about a video just off the cuff the other day, making notes on like 5 great American novels. What I would pick. Yeah, starting with Mark Twain. Then where would I stop? There's so many. Then what? How broad would my definition of great American novel be? One of my goals or things I want to do different reading in 2025 is to read more new releases. Do you have any suggestions for that, Floss? New releases or anyone in the comments?
No, I don't, because I haven't even been following what is out there and what is being released, because I've just been focused on what I have. But I do know
Oh, that's right.
I'm waiting for Tom Petty's wife, Jane Petty, to come out with that book that she co-wrote with who's that? I read her book. I can't think of her name right now, but when that comes out, I'm going to break my book buying ban, and I am going to go get that book.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah, I'll be reading that too as soon as I can get it. Some other books that I keep forgetting to look at, or if I've looked at from my library, they don't have them and I have to buy, so I haven't read them yet, is Joe Walsh's book written by like his ex-wife. And then there was a new Jim Morrison Doors book out a few years ago that I'd like to read. But I've got a Beatles book on my TBR, Lennon in America. Haven't read yet. I think this is like interviews or something. But I've read a ton of, me. Like I was surprised after I read a couple of Van Halen books. I read his manager biography, and then I read Brothers by Alex, the drummer. That you were a fan of Van Halen too, especially OG Van Halen.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Sammy Hagar Van Halen at all. No, not that Cabo Wabo 5150 stuff. That's not my speed. But like Running with the Devil, Unchained, You Really Got Me. Yeah, that stuff. Yeah.
I remember in high school, my late friend, me and my father went to his funeral, but he died in high school. We all probably have friends like that, or at least acquaintances that died in high school. But he was a good friend of mine. He turned me on to Van Halen and Judas Priest. I remember like him showing me the albums. It's funny, huh? Then I saw Judas Priest last year or 2 years ago up here in Portland.
I saw him about 4 years ago. Did you read his book?
Who, Rob Halford?
Yeah.
I think so. I'd have to look at my reviews. I believe I did. In fact, I know I did because I know all about like the homosexual trouble he had. And did you read it too?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he'd even put like a colored handkerchief in his back pocket. It's like he was a millionaire, yet he'd find himself in like the toilets of London looking for companionship and stuff. That remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sad. But then he finally came to grips, and I think he's in a relationship. But when I lived in Phoenix area, him and Dave Mustaine from Megadeth, they live right at Paradise Valley, or they have homes there. They've had them for years. The Phoenix area.
Yeah.
I got this big tattoo thing at the same place Rob Halford got some stuff back in like the 90s.
Yeah.
Fred says, I plan on picking up Catcher in the Rye and Fahrenheit 451 when the ebooks go on sale. Part of his 2026 reading goals. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Catcher in the Rye. So
I
is
read
Pat.
that
Pat.
probably 20 years ago. I read that one.
Ooh, time for a reread.
Yeah.
See what you think. That'd make a good video. What you think of it now?
I know, because we're definitely not the same person we were 20 years ago, huh?
No, I've been saying lately that I want to start a Portland meetup club for people who still live in the 80s.
Yeah.
So I could talk all about the 80s and that. Huh?
And I think I just put that 451 degrees Fahrenheit on my shelf yesterday. I was organizing.
You know, I haven't. I hate to admit, I have not read that.
No, I haven't
Maybe
either.
Let's buddy read that. You want to read that thread with Floss and I?
Yeah, that would be great.
All right, I'll buddy read that with you. I'll have to get it like a new copy so I can scribble in it.
Yeah.
But I'm in that group for the Brothers K on Voxer. I named it the Brothers and Sisters K because it's the Ulysses 6. And I have a copy that I've read before that is totally unmarked up, totally pristine. No marks by me, except for like in the the table of contents, I thought. So I need to start that. I'm still dealing with Against the Day. But I did start this for the Sherlock Holmes. I don't know if you like Dan Simmons or not. He writes in like a lot of genres. But this is a Sherlock Holmes pastiche, themed on him, but it's with Henry James, the writer, the famous writer who I'm totally unfamiliar with, like what Portrait of a Lady and Turn of the Screw. Never read those, but Sherlock Holmes meets up with him, and they come to America, and they're trying to solve a suicide that they think is a murder. So I'm reading that. And then I got this brand new book that Greg sent me, real nice book, The Collected Fictions of Borges, who I totally unfamiliar with. The guy's a genius, and I've been really lax with this. I've only read like one or two stories, and I couldn't tell you about them because they're the shorter ones.
Yeah.
But I need to get on that. I've been drawing and playing guitar like all weekend. I was down there Saturday and Sunday, and I'm going like that because the studio is downstairs. I made videos about it, like Portland playlist, but doing that, like I said, eating well and talking about it, taking pictures. I was at the sushi joint just before this. You like sushi?
No.
You don't?
No.
Did I ever ask you that?
No.
Good, because I've been talking somebody I can't remember on Voxer. I have to look again, but my dad hates sushi.
Yeah, I don't like any seafood at all. Any
kind of what?
seafood.
Oh, you don't? Wow, man. I mean, I know people who don't, so it's not unusual, but it's one of my favorites. And boy, I kick myself in the butt that I don't have a car. I wish I had a little electric car. I could go to the coast out here because it's Dungeness crab season. But if you don't like seafood, I
Oh,
won't talk about it. Well,
yeah,
you laugh. That's good. Some people don't like seafood, like it makes them ill.
yeah.
Fred asks if you or I have any Super Bowl plans. Any big plans?
So,
Do you,
so I
do
don't like
you and your
football.
how dare you, Fred?
Yeah,
No.
I don't like football, but I do like to have the party. So probably just some snacks I'll prepare, cook some stuff, have a little fun. I'll do my thing and my husband will watch the football.
Do you have any guess?
No.
Oh, but that's cool. So you just make some good like hors d'oeuvres, and well, I bet you probably make more than you're saying, and I bet it's pretty good. But I'm rooting for Philly, just because of my friends in the area, MJ and Floss. I'll watch it, but I'll watch it with a book in front of my face. I like college football more. Ohio State and the Oregon Ducks are killer. In fact, I have to make a copy of this. I did this because we were undefeated during the season, and then my all-time favorite team, Ohio State, swooped in and beat us, and then won the championship. But if you don't like football, Flossy's going, no. It's like talking to Greg. Let's see some other comments. Just at BookTube Girl TV, I used to like seafood, but not anymore since I turned vegetarian. That's what strict vegetarian. That's good.
Yeah, that's me too, Jess.
I I I like vegetarian food. Like I'll eat vegetarian pizza sometimes if I won't like the other like two specials. And I had a vegetarian girlfriend for 2 years, like back in the '90s, and it's real easy. Well, for me, it was. If you live with somebody and they're vegetarian too, especially if they do most of the cooking, and but I wasn't strict like that. We would eat fish. There's a term for people, or it's a diet, just eat fish. But I would like to try that diet, and I would also like to try the Mediterranean diet.
Oh, that would be up my alley.
I know who wouldn't like that.
Yeah.
Uh, Libro Paradiso, how you doing? He comes here a lot. Comments. This year marks the 40th anniversary of favorite albums like The Smiths' Meat is Murder, Kate Bush, Hounds of Love, New Order's Low Life, Brian, Fairies, Boys and Girls, I In Excess, Li- Listen Like Thieves, Good Year, 40th anniversary. Yeah, I mean, I know who all those people are. I'm sure Floss does too. Any of your favorites in there that you like, Flossie? Can you
No,
see the
none of my
comment?
favorites in that one. But it does
Mine
remind me.
neither.
What was that?
I said, mine neither, but except for In Excess, I liked him, and that was a tragedy. How, Michael Hutchinson's,
Yeah.
you know, committed suicide.
Yeah.
Uh, Tessa, the book says pescatarians. Uh-huh.
That's it. That's it.
Oh, that's for fish?
Yeah.
Brilliant. See, God, look at the commenters we get, Floss.
Yeah.
So smart. So, what are you going to do tonight? Any plans or just taking it easy, right? I thank you again for showing up, even.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm just taking it easy. So I have to work for somebody. Tomorrow's my day off, but I have to work for somebody because they got sick. So that's all right. I'll just take a
Oh,
book
so
to
you
work with me because I think we're going to be slow. But
Really? So
anyways,
you're taking over for someone, huh? That's nice.
yeah.
It's really nice considering you work 6 days a week and that you must like your job.
Yeah, I do. I'm one of those people that I'm very grateful to be able to go to work. Um, and to be able to like what I do and like the people that I work with.
Oh,
So,
yeah,
yeah.
that's important. When I worked at Smith Tea Maker here in Portland, I really enjoyed it until I didn't. But I worked there for a while. I worked in the summertime. Did I can't remember. Did I send you a box of tea when I worked there?
No.
Oh shoot, I might not have known you
Yeah,
then.
yeah. But I
Time
know you do
flies.
work concerts. Do you still work concerts?
Oh no, because they lost the contract. I didn't work this
Oh,
summer. Yeah, my little temp agency lost the contract there, and then I worked security in the soccer games, the
yeah.
Portland Timbers and
Oh,
the Thorns, and they lost that too. So, and I went through another like agency, and it kind of makes me mad because I filled out a bunch of paperwork, and I met with one coordinator and then one other like director, and they gave me some leads, but kind of crappy jobs. And then like one lead, the guy didn't even show up. That was at a uh, small tofu place up here,
yeah.
you know. And then another place was at Moda Center. You know, I'm not looking for full time. That's the problem. Everybody's looking for full time for employers or hiring like full time only. I'm looking for part time. I really don't need,
Yeah.
the extra. Well, who doesn't need extra money? But I'm not willing to. I don't know if that makes sense, but
Yeah.
in this summer I'm just gonna go through like a labor ready, just f the dumb shit and just work temporary out of there.
Yeah.
We'll see what's going on in the summer. God, by this summer, if prices keep going up, everybody, you might have to get another job.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, have you gotten back to drinking coffee now, Floss?
Me back to
Fred
drinking
asked.
coffee. No, no, I never was a big coffee drinker. I didn't need a coffee to get me started, and I would only drink a half a cup anyways. But I'm one of those people where I can drink coffee at night and then go right to bed. It doesn't keep me up. It doesn't give me energy. So, I do like the way that it tastes, but I don't know. I'm just not drawn to it. But if it's cold, then I enjoy it more. In the summertime, I don't really want it. And since I've been sick, I haven't had it. I probably haven't had it for a good month now. So I'm all
Oh,
right.
do you like frappuccinos in the summer?
No.
No, I love frappuccinos in summer and winter. But I'm a Starbucks guy.
I, I
Jeff,
I guess it's not that I don't like them. It's just that I don't tend to get them. That's all.
uh, just had a comment and a question. This year also marks the 80s heavy metal band Rat's Invasion of Your Privacy album released. Well, that's more our speed, huh? Did
Yeah.
you like Rat or Motley Crue better back in the 80s?
Did I like Rat or Motley Crue better? Motley Crue.
I liked Rat better. I was like an oddball. I
Yeah.
liked Rat. Yeah,
Yeah.
that lack of communication album. And I always try to figure out like lack of communication on guitar and never get it quite right. It's because it's in drop D tuning. A lot of like Motley Crue is in drop E flat tuning. You got to get the tuning right, or you're never going to sound like the album until like most songs are in standard tuning. But yeah, Rat, I used to like them. Just loves coffee. Yeah, a lot of coffee drinkers in Portland.
I'm trying to be a tea drinker. I'm trying to get into that, and it's so far it's working for me.
Great. I
It's a
love tea
slow
too.
process, but it's a step in the right direction.
Have you ever tried matcha?
No, I'm afraid.
Oh, don't be afraid. I mean, it's really it's not a real elaborate experience, but it's cool if you when you get it done at like a cafe because they crunch up the green stuff in a little pestle and mortar
Yeah,
because it's real green. It has like a green froth on it.
yeah.
I like it. Yeah, I was really spoiled working at Smith Tea Maker. They had a cafe there with the back was all glass, and you could see us workers when we go to work. And time went by like that. It was a really cool place to work. But Libro Paradiso asks, coffee black, no sugar. That's how I drink mine. Coffee
Oh, I
black, no
would
sugar.
love to be a black coffee drinker, but I just can't. I would love it though.
Yeah, I switched back. I like Hawaiian tea. Excuse me. I have my allergies. I wanted to show you. Yeah, here it is. I'm not going to do it on camera, but I got that Flonase. Man, my nose is. I'm due for surgery, not anytime soon, but I'm due for getting back into the uh, referral and getting on top of that. But
Yeah.
yeah, I would like to work at a coffee factory. But I like a Don Francisco. You can buy that at like Safeway. I think that's Hawaiian coffee. I love that. I think I'm just drinking like a Safeway brand Colombian right now, but I buy things of Starbucks because I meet people there, and I always look to see like on holidays they have it half price after the holidays. I mean, so they always have like little deals like that. Starbucks doesn't make a whole lot of money off me, I'll tell you. Neither does McDonald's because I use the app. Can you see the comments, Floss?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. Constance says, "Me too, Flossie. I need cream and sugar."
Yeah.
Jess loves coffee too. But so, what's your favorite tea? What do you have you ever tried turmeric tea?
No. Um
That's good. That's like you.
so so
Well, go ahead.
uh, I I am a new tea drinker, but I have to say that my favorite has always been just red rose, just plain and simple red rose tea. I like that flavor. And then I have a new one I've been drinking. It's some kind of like vanilla sugar cookie one. That's good.
I'd like to taste those. I must say I've never drank red rose tea. I wonder if it's like a hibiscus.
Oh, no, it's not. It's not.
No.
No.
Libro Paradiso says the reason I drink it black is because when I was younger and buying books, I only carried cash. I'd be short a dollar or two, had to leave a book behind. I realized you didn't need sugar or milk. Yeah, I got in the habit of it years ago. God, man, I don't even want to think how many years ago. Read by Fred. I'm ashamed to say that I drink Earl Grey tea because of Captain Picard and Star Trek. Yeah, Earl
Oh,
Grey tea or
yes.
bergamot. Bergamot is Earl Grey.
So now that he has said that, that is another one of my favorites. That seems to go down rather well. I do love
Yeah,
that.
for just a regular old tea, I have some. I have a whole load of tea. Don't make me go get it. Like I have Yogi tea, YOGI tea. That's a brand name. Then I've got some Paul Newman's own tea, some kind of blend. I think it's cranberry for my kidneys. And then I've got some Irish breakfast tea, not to be confused with the English breakfast tea. Then I have some green tea and Patson says Prince of Wales is good too. Seriously, stiff black tea, Prince of Wales. Yeah, my mother always, she was a big tea drinker, and she just liked the peacock, regular like orange peacock tea, but it's a black tea.
Oh,
Yeah. How about I got cruises on my mind. You ever been on a cruise or want to go?
no.
Not even a Kiss cruise? How about an Elvis cruise? Some really good impersonator and all Elvis fans.
No.
Still no?
Johnny Carson said, if life was fair, Elvis would be alive and the impersonators would be. And
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know, these impersonators, they don't knock my socks off. They don't.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I hear you. But at this point in my life, I've never been married. Not that I wouldn't like to be. I would. And if I ever do get married, like I wouldn't mind getting married by an Elvis impersonator in Vegas. I got this tattoo in Vegas. It's nice. Living by Phoenix, we could take a bus to even Laughlin, Nevada. That's like a mini Vegas. But we fly to Vegas in 15, 20 minutes. Couldn't even drink a beer.
Oh.
I like Vegas a lot. But do you like playing cards, Floss, or casinos?
No, I don't like playing cards. I don't like
No.
playing cards.
Well, it's like having Greg. Yeah, Greg, his wife loves cards. I love cards. Like even any kind of cards. I love like poker, but I like hearts. I really like euchre, but spades. Whatever.
No,
Uno.
you know what? I like board games. Remember, and I think it was you. I was telling you, nobody in my circle likes board games, so I get
Oh
tips.
shoot. Yeah, I like board games too. In fact, downstairs in the community room, not to be confused with the art room, they have like get-togethers and they had like game night, and they were playing these. They come in little boxes. One's like Sherlock Holmes. One's is one. One is like the future, and they come with like little decoder devices you have to use, and only up to I think six can play it, like 4 to 6. So I watched. They wanted me to get into it, but I didn't want to. But it looked interesting, and afterwards I went and checked the box. They have a couple, two, three, but I don't know. With reading and art, meditation, guitar, eating, my ham radio, Voxer. I'm not ready for another hobby.
Yeah, I think I'm going to pick the piano back up again soon.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
I have an electric piano right below this desk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it free, but so it's like in mint condition. It's covered. I have the box for it. It's worth like $300 something. It's a company's brand new. The keys light up and there's an app for it. All that. But I'm going to trade it in with an old guitar amp of mine and maybe this guitar over here, this Les Paul copy. But when you trade, you get a better like deal. At it's called Trade Up Music, the local neighborhood store. So they trade all the time and stuff.
We have something like that.
Yeah, so if I can't get a new guitar with the piano and amp, I might have to throw in this other guitar, which is only brand new, $180, and then I put like another 100 into it, setting it up. How about instruments? You play? Oh, you want to play piano? Yeah, I bet you played before.
Well, no. See, I wanted to play and I didn't know how. And so I started taking lessons, but then my instructor graduated college and she went on to teach. So then I got a new instructor and then they graduated. And then by the third instructor, I was just like over it. And so I just dropped
Oh,
it. But I think I'm ready
oh,
to pick it up now.
it's unfortunate. I like the instruments. I grew up playing the drums. I started playing guitar in like high school, but I always played the drums. Back in elementary school, people, believe it or don't, they would remember they'd give you a recorder and
Yeah.
then you could pick your instruments. Some people picked like trombone, trumpet or cornet, but I
Yeah.
was in marching band and jazz band as a drummer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty famous for my sense of rhythm.
Oh,
Yeah, so I got that going for me too,
well, that's
Floss.
good.
Yeah, we got a comment from Constance taking off. Says bye, Floss.
Bye.
Thanks for holding down the book for it. Yeah, thanks again, Flossie, for coming up here. I don't know if or who I'm going to get for next week. I haven't really thought about it, but might just take a day off or run another old Monday Night Live.
Didn't
Libro
Randy want to come
Paradiso.
on?
What?
Didn't Randy want to come on?
Oh, he always does. No, he does. I know. He's a glutton for punishment. No, no, Randy. I talk to him frequently. He's a good friend of mine. He's back in the hospital again.
Uh-huh.
Uh, or yeah, but yeah,
So
he's one of my friends who I talk about food with a lot.
I
We
know
send
that
pictures.
I know that Fred doesn't want to go on. He's not ready yet, and that's cool. But how about Jess? Has she ever been on?
No, we've asked her to.
And she's not
Yeah,
ready.
no. Oh, but that's a good question. I bet you were thinking, well, WTF about Jess? Have they ignored Jess? No, we've asked her a couple times. Well, have we asked you lately, Jess, if you're still here? Yeah, I think she'd make a great guest. She does a lot of
Yeah.
vlogs, you know.
Yeah.
But and then yeah, I won't mention any other names. But there's been a handful of people who don't like to come on or don't like me. No, a lot of people come on who like Steve Donahue. He never. I've never subscribed to him, believe it or not.
No.
I just wanted to make it a point that I knew there'd come a day that I would reach 1,000 subscribers without having to subscribe to him. We had a little falling out like 7 years ago. That is over. We've already talked it out. Stupid shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, congratulations on you and Debs. I wanted to say you guys have taken off. It's like perpetual. The more subscribers you get, you kind of grow, huh?
Yeah.
Libro Paradiso. I've been rewatching childhood films. Some I was too young to watch. Body Heat. Wow, it's a great one. Excalibur, Time Bandits, Cat People, American Gigolo. Yeah, they're all great. Time Bandits, I love. That's Terry Gilliam, Monty Python fame. He directed that. Body Heat. Remember that movie, Floss?
No.
Body Heat with now I'm gonna forget Turner. Uh oh man, she broke through the window. Boy, I'd have to Google that now. Kathleen Turner and another famous actor who died last year. Forget his name. Somebody will comment, probably, maybe. Well, how you feeling? We've been like an hour at this.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
I'm fine.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Kathleen Turner and William Hurt. Yeah, William Hurt just died relatively young. I liked him as an actor, man. I remember he did Children of a Lesser God. God, this is how much a nerd I am. Mark uh, Medoff wrote that play, and he used to teach in Tucson, Arizona. And I used to get confused when I lived in Toledo between the University of Tucson and University of Arizona State in Tempe. So I applied to like both of them because I was a writer, big or wanted to be after Kent State. Uh, uh, you went to college, didn't you, Floss? Or
Yeah.
where'd you go?
I just went local. I just went for business.
Cool. I think if I had it all to do over again, I would have just went to community college. That's what I advised my son to do. I have a 25-year-old son, but yeah, I mean, I wanted to do so many things. I was a theater major, for God's sake. What kind of, but I mean, you don't expect a job if you're a theater major, or at least I didn't. I mean, it's unless you're like into, unless you have a real calling for acting, or if you're like a lighting designer, you want to go into lighting design or that production. But I was just, God, head in the clouds. Let's see. Libro Paradiso. I saw many of those films on HBO. My parents let me watch whatever I wanted. Oh, yeah, me too. And Courtney made it, Floss,
Hi,
at Tangible
Courtney.
Reads. Yeah, she have to work. Just getting off work, Courtney. Okay, Fred's heading out. Thanks a lot, Fred.
Bye,
Always
Fred.
appreciate it. Yeah, you have like an open invitation too if you want to come on the show. The Monday Night Live show is booked up till May. We always try to keep it like booked up. So, and I have some surprises coming up. Some people who've never been on before.
Has
Couple.
Courtney ever been on?
Yeah, she was on. I
Yes.
keep wanting her to come back because the time she was on, I had technical difficulties.
Oh.
So yeah, I kind of missed it. Missed my own show. God, Courtney's exhausted. Mondays are bad for her.
Yeah.
But Courtney, I want to tell her, well, we might we switch the time quite often. We'd probably willing to switch the day for Courtney. We could have like Tuesday live. We drop the night now because we do England sometimes. We'd have Tuesday live with Courtney. I'm sure Greg would go for it. So get back with me. Man, my nose. Can I let me delete it or mute? Much better. I'm not used to doing this on my phone, Flossy. Can you hear me?
Yeah. What'd you say?
I'm not used to doing this on my phone. Like
Oh.
I had to hit the mute button and used to using my mouse.
Right.
Well, what do you want to ask me?
What do I
Ask
want
me
to
ask me a tough question.
Uh-huh. How many books would you say you read a month?
It's went down, but not many. I'll be lucky if I read like 4 or 1 a week.
Oh,
I
okay.
Yeah, I mean I always forget the audiobooks sometimes. Maybe, but it's still probably 4.
Yeah. What was the first album you ever bought?
Oh, my my older cousin turned me on a lot a lot of albums, but I remember my grandmother buying me some Beatles albums that I still have.
You still have?
Yeah, I still have them in plastic. Uh, I have a few albums.
Uh-huh.
I used to have, God, 3 times as many. I've lost a lot through
Yeah.
the years. Yeah. How about you?
Well,
I remember. Go ahead.
the albums went away and then they came back.
Ah,
Nobody was collecting albums after a certain point, and then they started becoming popular again.
yep. Then I went through cassettes. Had hundreds of those CDs. I still have
Yeah.
probably 25 CDs.
Yeah.
I used to have a lot.
Yeah, I think I got
Lost
rid of
them.
every one of them.
Yeah, I was lucky. I did get some money out of quite a few of them. I was
Yeah.
like one of those buyer traders, and I'm just a buyer anymore for albums. We have a local neighborhood record store that's been in business for a few years now. Luckily, he's been able to stay in business.
Yeah.
He's right by the Hollywood Theater and the Sizzler, though, pizza. So, but records are expensive. You can't get one for, well, you can get them through like old crappy ones like No One Wants for $5 through and they're in good shape too. It's through online. And I tried that a few times and um, they're unpopular, but I like some of them, like old Utopia, Todd Rundgren, old Gino Vanelli.
Dino
Remember him?
Vanelli.
Uh, Barry Manilow. I'm a fan of Barry Manilow. Uh, and other people are too. He always sells out all his concerts and blah, 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 but nobody's a Barry Manilow fan.
Oh.
But I mean, if you want to get a good one, I bought brand new John Lennon's Plastic Ono Band for sentimental reasons. His second solo album that was 35. I have a Beatles Revolver picture disc that was 35, but they're real thick. You can tell they're so you get what you pay for. God, I remember Columbia House and when you get them in the mail for a penny and sign up and
That was the best.
do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The 80s were cool, but I don't know if I'd give it all up for, without this.
Right.
The computer in your hand that, has more technology than what the Apollo 11 rocket. You
Yeah.
ever hear that comparison? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they think. Well, I have a tradition Mondays after the show. Do you know what it is?
What was that?
I have a tradition
Yeah.
after the
Pizza.
show every Monday. I've been doing it for a few months.
Yeah.
Probably.
Pizza, right?
Yeah, that's right. You remember.
Yeah.
We have a place walking distance called Pizza Jerk. They have
Yeah.
2 locations in Portland, and they're like my favorite. Now, it'd be almost impossible to try every pizza place in Portland, but I've tried at least half a dozen.
Yeah.
Yeah, first place that I was turned on to meatball pizza. It's not meatballs on the pizza; it's meatballs that they slice up.
Yeah.
It's really good. Because my go-to is just pepperoni and black olives. But like if they'll have a meat one I don't like, they have vegetarian then vegan too
Yeah.
for special. Then they have like 25, 30 individual pies you can get. They're expensive. Like some are $30 for a big one.
Yeah.
But I guess I don't know if it's normal or not. But a family go through that like nothing.
Yeah, we were
All right.
just not too long ago. Me and my husband went. We went to town and we were going to get pizza, but it was odd because it was a Friday night at 6 o'clock and the dining area was closed. So you had to get takeout only, and we didn't want to wait. So we walked to the corner to this little cafe. That's where, can you see that Shakespeare bust? That's where I saw they had one, but theirs was
Oh,
cracked. And I thought it was cool, so I went on Amazon and saw, and they had it, so I got it. But anyways, I didn't know this little corner cafe thing sold pizza, and they are expensive too. But oh my God, was the pizza so good? It was black garlic. Have you ever had black garlic?
no.
It's good.
Ooh, I bet. I know. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, we have Sizzle Pie. That's the place I took Greg to. There's one by Powell's downtown too. Then we have Hot Lips. Pizza is good. There's another place, Pizza Cata, that is like in my neighborhood, but bus right away. But my whole street down there, two Mexican restaurants have been there forever. We have a new Indian place that's been open like a year, so that's doing well. We've got fish and chips. We've got Smash. What do they call it? Smash Mouth or not? That's a band. Smash Burger.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we have one of those trucks, carts.
Yeah.
Then another burger place that has seating outside and they have bands there sometimes. Yeah. Portland's a foodie place for sure.
What's your temperature there?
It's I think 40. No, it's like 40. Yeah, it was 45, 50. We had no rain for about pushing 2 weeks, and now we've had a little drizzle and
Mm-hmm.
threatening snow. Little snow. I might wake up to snow tomorrow.
Yeah.
A little dusting. That'd be
Yeah.
nice, but last winter was kind of bad. The when it freezes over, we're not the first to get the snow plows, and the whole street freezes. And people ski up and down the street, and
Yeah.
it's really hazardous to walk. At least last summer it was. They fixed the sidewalk, but anyway, I'm thinking if it's going to be bad again, I'll get little cleats off Amazon. Those little cleats you put on your boot
Yeah.
just to walk up. We have a corner store on both ends of the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to go all the time. Now I just go for lighters, 2 liters of cherry Coke, and candy bars. If I,
Huh?
yeah, I mean, I like candy. I try to buy it at the grocery store, so because it's expensive out of the markets, or
Yeah.
they mark it up, but it's convenient. When it's snowed in for a week up here, it's like the only go to. I don't have a car, so that's the thing of it. I like
Yeah.
last winter I had to get a couple rides to the grocery store, but all in all, it's nothing up here winter.
Yeah.
Well, we've been at this now for like over an hour. I haven't checked the comments lately. Let's see. Tess of the Books is here. Retired and Reading is here. Let me go back. I missed a lot because I've been blabbing. It's like funny. I'll ask Flossy a question, then I'll go, and keep on talking. Yeah, Mondays are bad for Courtney. Okay, I have to get with you on that. Uh, Marion Faithful died a few days ago. I liked her music very much. Yeah, I liked her. She was
Oh, I heard that.
like
Yeah.
with Rolling Stones and Mick Jagger back in the day, the '60s. I've read a few Rolling Stones biographies. Back when Keith was a heroin addict and that. Retired and Reading. I think my first album was Simon and Garfunkel, which tells you how old I am. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I like I like Paul Simon though a lot. I followed his career solo. I love that One Trick Pony album and movie. Uh, Paul Simon, I still like him today. You know, this uh, search on YouTube the wristband. One word, like wristband. Like you need a wristband to get into the show these days. That's a great newish Paul Simon song. Test of the Books. The Turn of a Friendly Card was my favorite album. The Turn of a Friendly Card. I don't know who did that. Simon and Garfunkel, probably. Courtney's talking about Columbia House was the best deal. I know because I was a kid, so I admit I wouldn't pay that shit. I don't think anybody. I don't know. I think you had to pay for a while, or if you had to get back on these, you had to say, "Oh, dang!" and you had to pay the $15 and whatever it was. Yeah, hiding in the margins goes. I still owe Columbia House money. Lots of laughs, I know. But you get what you pay for. Those albums are so thin, paper thin. I still have a few of them. I know, like I have some Doobie Brother albums that are Columbia House. I used to have a lot of albums, probably 500. A lot for me. A lot of people have albums that are like Greg's bookshelves. But I'm lucky enough. I still have quite a bit of Hendrix, Beatles, Doors, Pink Floyd, like that. And so those were older albums I had since high school and before. Do you have any albums at all? Any vinyl floss?
Me, yeah.
What do you have?
I have like my like music taste varies. So I will have anybody from the Bee Gees and Barbara Streisand to Conway Twitty. I just have a lot. I'm kind of all over the board. Like there's K-Tel. Anybody remember the K-Tel album? It was a double album. Or Car Wash, things like that.
I remember Car Wash. At the car wash. We're working in the car wash, yeah.
That's right.
I have a lot of James Taylor albums.
Yeah.
I must have like half a dozen. I've seen him in concert 4 times back in the day in Toledo and that. But then up here too, Jackson Browne opened for him, and then they collaborated on a couple songs. I have a brief video in my playlist about Portland, I think, where they coming off stage. Like when I go to shows and stuff by myself usually, so or basketball games, and so I'll move around. I'll just be moving around. Like sometimes people ask me to move. You know, I work security. I know how it is. I don't care. But like in the middle of the show, I'll go try to get as close as I can. So I got some video of Jackson Browne and James Taylor like with their arms around each other, walking down. They already gave their guitars off. They're walking down the stairs. They're waving to people. I was like right on the. It was cool.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. What's the last concert you went to? What's the last you thinking?
Well, I don't know. If memory serves me correctly, it was probably Dion and the Belmonts.
What?
Yeah.
Huh. That'd be a cool show.
That was maybe 5 years ago.
Dion and the Belmonts. I can't picture them. Are they white or black?
You can't picture them?
No, Dion and the Belmonts. Are they white or black? I don't even know.
They're white. They're white.
They're old, yeah, from the 50s or something, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to disappoint you. I know you're big, like Elvis fan. I am too. I mean, and Carl Perkins on guitar. Elvis had a great band.
Yeah.
What was your favorite concert?
My favorite concert was Tom Petty and Bob Dylan.
And
They
the
come
Grateful Dead.
together. What was that?
And the Grateful Dead tour when they went on together, all three of them.
No,
Are you
I
talking
didn't hear
about?
that one.
Well, you tell
Yeah.
yours first.
No, go ahead.
No, oh, you want me to?
Yeah.
All right. Well, it was like 1986 because I was at Kent State. And I was going with a girl named Madeline, called her Maddie, and we were in an argument that day. But we saw the Tom Petty, Bob Dylan, and Grateful Dead tour at the Akron Rubber Bowl. And then apparently they'd flip a coin ever to see who would go on first. And that day, Jerry Garcia had a toothache, had to go to the dentist, and he was like not feeling well. They were late and all this. And it was, Jerry, get back into your body. And there was a guy 2 rows up that has broken his neck, apparently, because he was in one of those halos
Yeah.
where they screw into your neck. They screw and you have to move like this, like Frankenstein. And it's like I told my girlfriend, I go, look here, I might have broken my neck, but I'm not going to miss the Dead show. But yeah, that was a good show. Great show, huh? Tom
Yeah.
Petty. I never knew I'd miss him so much. How great he was. You know how he died? Tom Petty?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
How?
How? From the
Yeah,
hip. He broke his hip, and then he overdosed on his medicine. Yeah.
right. But it was a fentanyl thing that his like friend gave him. It was like a fentanyl. He's one of those
Yeah.
fentanyl casualties. So is Prince.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man. You know, I'm so glad that I can't even take Percocet because it makes me itch too bad.
Oh.
And like so, all that opiates and all that uh, classification of drugs, including heroin and everything, uh, I never liked. So luckily, I never had to worry about that stuff. Now I know
Yeah.
that's different. Like his hip, and he wasn't doing it for shits and giggles or anything, but like getting addicted to that. A lot of people. I've never known any personally, but I've read and heard a lot of stories.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. Tess of the Books mentions Alan Parsons, and she must have. Well, you tell me, Tess. I use that on my last video as background music. I Robot. I love that whole album. I saw Alan Parsons at Blossom Music Center less than 10 years ago in Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah.
My favorite concerts is Stevie Ray Vaughan. I've seen twice. Got the T-shirt to prove it. I could get it in a second. The loudest one is Iron Maiden back in the
Oh,
80s.
you know what? I
What?
know the last concert I was at that you said I saw the Judas Priest, but the last concert that I actually saw was who is John Fogerty from CCR? Him.
Oh, yeah, he's a great guitar player.
Yeah.
Boy, I really enjoyed recently over the weekend watching hashtag Fire Aid LA. Now, I was doing other things. I wasn't like glued to it. Like when I watch college football, I'm not glued to it unless it's a playoff game. Then I'm still not glued to it. But so I'll be reading or doing stuff. But that live, it was like watching Live Aid back in the '80s with MTV and all that,
Yeah.
where I take it on the VCR.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed that. They had everybody, and because it's LA, so they basically like Stevie Nicks had her set already with the lights and
Yeah.
Red Hot Chili Peppers, but it seemed like it could go on and on. It was like I think over 6 hours long. I know because I was going to bed and they go Stevie Wonder, and I go, oh what? Yeah, I got, but I had to crash.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get up really early. retired in reading, says last concert she went to is Burton Cummings from the Guess Who.
Oh,
Yes, a couple of months ago. Still sound great. Yeah, Burton Cummings, American Woman. Yeah, kids out there, kids. You know what? Lenny Kravitz does American Woman,
oh yeah,
but
he does. Yeah,
the Guess Who did it first,
yeah,
and he's got a heck of a voice. I was listening to I think they're Canadian too. Another Canadians are like Bachman Turner Overdrive, and Bachman's a great guitarist. I like his solo stuff.
yeah.
Like that one song, "Looking Out for Number One." Remember that? The only way to the top is looking out for number one. Like, listen to that tomorrow. I
Okay.
Google YouTube it. The guitar part is really good. But I just been thinking about Canada, and I've a couple booktube Canadian friends I've talked to recently. They're bummed out about the situation. They can't get like Jack Daniels anymore. I said,
Oh,
well, don't be I feel you because we can't get, we're not going to be able to get tequila anymore. We're not that I drink tequila anymore, but for those who do, like, I do eat tomatoes and uh, avocados.
oh yeah.
We're going to be paying a lot for that, I bet, Floss.
I know.
Yeah, man. Hiding in the margins remembers Columbia House. So does Courtney. Libro agrees. Simon and Garfunkel. Tips of the books. His album was A Turn of a Friendly Card. Oh, the first album, 1984, maybe. Randy Bachman was in the Guess Who before he split with Burton. Oh, okay. Yeah, see, I'm getting a little confused. My father turned me on to, I got to give him credit, the Allman Brothers,
Oh,
Elton John's Goodbye Yellow Brick Road,
yeah.
Elvis. My mother was into musicals, so I'm lucky enough to still have quite a few, well, a handful of musical albums. My Fair Lady, Jesus Christ Superstar, The Jungle Book, which I saw in a theater with my grandmother. Uh, Others. I hate to tell you, well, not hate, but disappointed to tell you, Floss, that I had not one but two Elvis albums, and I hocked them. I sold them. One was like a gospel, but it'd be, I would have sent them to you. One was, I think, a Christmas. The other was gospel. But
Mm-hmm.
then I still have some of my dad's old jazz albums I listen to. But, well, I'm getting a little hungry.
Okay.
I hear I hear the jerk calling me, the pizza jerk.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
You bet. Let's see if there's any. I think that's about it. Yeah, we're down to just a handful of viewers. So I want to thank all the commenters.
Yeah, thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, I wouldn't know what to do with myself without doing a show on Monday. So thanks again, Floss, and I guess we'll call it a night, huh?
You're welcome. Everybody have a good night.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.